Welcome to UAPB Currents. I'm your host, Shelly Roby Ingram, and today joining us we have Ms. Lanette Frazier, who is the Special Projects Coordinator for the City of Pine Bluff. Welcome to UAPB Currents.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
All right, now let us know, Lanette, what the Special Projects Coordinator does with the City of Pine Bluff.
Oh, I would love to tell you about that. We do, as a Special Projects Coordinator, I am the liaison between the city and the citizens.
Okay.
And then the projects that the citizens have going on in the community, we are there to help them. Okay. We are there to promote them. We are there to get it out to everyone. And I am that person that will help them do that. So if they notify me and let me know what is going on, then I can help promote it to the city, to the news media, through our website, through our TV station, any means, I try to get it out there for them. And as a Special Projects Coordinator, I just love it because I love dealing with people, I love being around people, and that is just my passion, to help them. And so being promoted to this position as Special Projects Coordinator has been a dream, because it has allotted me the opportunity to be able to reach out and touch those that are in need and help them. So I just love it. And the mayor has such a clear vision of where she wants to take the city and what she wants to do for the city. She has a new direction, and that direction doesn't include just us, but doing what we can for our city. So.
Okay. All right, now is this a new position? What do you think is the reason, or what is the benefit of having a Special Projects Coordinator that works between the city and the citizens of the community? What have you found?
Well, I used to be the administrative assistant, and she promoted me in January 2013 of this year. And it's a very important role, as is every role that's in the mayor's office. But the importance of Special Projects Coordinator is that the mayor can't be everywhere.
Right.
And so then I become the voice for her.
Okay.
I become the means of letting people know what she's thinking and what she's trying to do for our city. And so I take that very seriously. And because of that, it just is an awesome opportunity. It's a needed role to bridge that gap, because there's always been a gap between the city and the citizens. And we wanted to have that open door policy, that true open door policy where you can come and see us and talk to us. The mayor's door is always open. People are saying, every time I come to the mayor's office, her door is open and I can literally go in. And that's what we want them to feel like, because we're here to serve them, not for them to serve us.
Right. Right. Okay, now tell us some of the special projects that you've had opportunity to work on so far since your term started.
I love doing things like this. It's almost like party planning.
Okay.
So I love it. And we were approached to do Relay for Life. And Relay for Life is important to me because my grandmother died of breast cancer. My mother is a cancer survivor, breast and colon cancer. So this was something near and dear, not only to my heart, but to a lot of people that's in this city.
Right.
And it amazed me. It amazed me because I set the goal of $4,000. And people were like, you don't think that's too high? And I'm like, no, we're doing $4,000. That's what God gave me. That's what we're gonna do. And we did it, and I just have to say the community came together, supported each other, and not only did we raise $4,000, but we went way beyond the $4,000. So I just enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because we got out there and promoted Relay for Life. We made people aware of breast cancer and all the different kinds of cancers that's out there that some people don't even know about.
Right.
And it just brought the community together. I mean, I've seen people that never stepped foot in City Hall coming to City Hall. I saw people that said, look, I don't want you to give me anything, I just want to give you some money. And we had a huge $1,000 donation from a church here in Pine Bluff, Pastor Bell. And I just can't say enough about how the citizens came together for that project. It was an awesome project. It was my very first project.
Okay. So
I was excited that we not only met our goal, but we went over our goal.
Excellent. All right. Now, what are some of the projects that you have coming up?
We have 2 projects that the city is working on right now. And currently, Be the Match bone marrow registry. That's going to be one of them. That's in the working phase. We're working on that right now. We don't have all the details of where we're going to have the event, how we're going to do the event, but we are looking to do like a fashion show dinner type thing or lunch type thing.
And what organization is it that you working on that with?
Be the Match, Damaris Mims is helping me with that, and then also we have the actual Be the Match Foundation working with us on that. And so the city endorses the bone marrow registry, and we ask that everybody come out and support that when we do have that, because all it is a simple swabbing of the inside of your cheek. It's not painful or anything. So, and then there's a lot of people that are affected by bone marrow, needing a bone marrow transplant that people don't even know about. And so we're trying to get that awareness out there, because it was things that I didn't even know. I thought that you had to get blood drawn and all this other stuff to find out if you were a match, but it's as simple as swabbing the inside of your cheek. And the other project that I am so excited about, because I'm a co-chair of it, is Project Hope. Again, like I said, our main focus of the city is not only to help ourselves, but help others. And in that, we are helping Oklahoma tornado victims. We're going to be helping Arkansas flood victims. You know, it's a project that sheds some hope to those that are in need. And so that's coming up soon, and someone will be here soon to tell you a little bit more in depth about it. But I really do feel like this is going to be an awesome event. It's going to be at Saracen Landing, and it's just going to be an opportunity for the community to come together as a whole again and show their love and support, not only for our victims, but for Oklahoma victims.
Now, before we go to break, and when we go to break and we come back, then we're going to talk more about Project Hope and some other things that the city has going on. But how can those in the community who have a project, or they have a desire to create a project, how can they get in touch with you so that you can help them bring it to fruition?
It is easy. They can just call me at 730-2004 in the mayor's office, and I will be more than happy to sit down with them and talk to them about what is placed on their heart to do for the city, and how the city can help, what we can do to help them get it started and get it completed. So all they have to do is call 730-2004 or email me at lanettef@cityofpinebluff.com, and I'll be there to help.
And you'll take it from there.
I'll take it from there and run with it.
All right, we are going to go to break, and when we come back, then we're going to find out about a special committee that the mayor started and how it brought to light Project Hope and this project and how he got it going.
Oh, I'm excited about talking about the church outreach committee. It's going to be awesome.
All right, we'll talk about it after the break. We will be right back after this commercial on UAPB Currents.
Hey, listen up. We have a challenge. A big challenge. Many African Americans fighting diseases like leukemia, lymphoma, and sickle cell anemia can't find marrow donors. We need more African Americans to step up. Step up. You could be the one to save a life. You can be the match. Take the first step at bethematch.org. Step your game up.
Over 13 million people are affected by famine, war, and drought in the Horn of Africa.
Make a simple text donation of $10.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and we're still with Ms. Lanette Frazier, who is the Special Projects Coordinator for the City of Pine Bluff. But now we have joining us Reverend Eddie Harris Jr., who is the pastor of Greater Ward Chapel African Methodist Episcopal Church, AME, who is also the co-chair of the Mayor's Church Outreach Committee, which we alluded to a little bit before we went to break. And welcome to the show, Reverend Harris.
Thank you for having me.
Now tell us a little bit about what the Mayor's Church Outreach Committee is and how you got involved with it.
First of all, we need to give kudos to the mayor for realizing that a community that has the church out in front is truly a community in transition for the good, for the building of God's kingdom. I got involved, I, being one of the pastors in the community, had some strong feelings about what direction Pine Bluff should go in terms of taking full advantage, first of all, of being a port city. Pine Bluff is a port city with with rail, as well as with a waterway. And Pine Bluff heralds a great history, but we still need to continue to make history, and we have great opportunities. We have Little Rock growing, we have Conway growing, we have Stuttgart on the way, we have Monticello, and here we are in Pine Bluff, and we need to be able to take full advantage of that, and that comes from visionary leadership. So I scheduled my meeting with the mayor. Thank God for Sister Lanette Frazier, and the mayor, cordially invited me down, and we had some conversations, and I shared with her my thoughts on economic development. I shared with her my thoughts about improving the conditions of our schools and our communities, so that corporate America would take a second or third look at us and want to possibly come and relocate here, and also to give credence and favor and interest to the already existing businesses that are here, small, medium, and large, and to enhance their growth potential and be a better business citizens in the community. She heard me, and the next thing I knew, she invited me back to co-chair the Church Outreach Committee, which she shared with me that the main aim of the Church Outreach Committee is to make sure that the citizens have a connection between themselves and city government. Okay. City government is a service for the citizenry of the city, and she's really adamant about that. Now, my background is I come from being a financial manager. Okay. I've been a college administrator, and I've been a governmental official. So I kind of have some insights, right, of sorts. And I shared those things with her, and she asked would I co-chair that committee to go out and make sure that we let the citizens know we want to hear from them. We want them to tell us how we can best serve them, not what we can do without getting their input. And thus far, we have begun to go out and canvass select communities where crime was high. And by the way, crime is down well below 50% to what it was well over 6 months ago. Where there's under and unemployment, uneducation, and undereducation, we're continuing inroads to speak to the communities. Here we are, talk to us. Right. And to gather all that information and to be able to synergize that and come up with a plan, a format, a sense of direction that includes the very people who live in the city.
Right. Now, when you started out, you spoke about the importance of having the churches in the forefront. What do you think is the significance of having the churches act as a liaison between the citizens and the community when Lanette is playing a role also as a liaison, but what do you all bring to it that's different?
Right. Well, I don't, and it's not so much different. I think that it's twofold. Okay. One, it's a greater sense of togetherness, and it's also on a higher level because most, if not all, citizens either are in churches or they have family members or relatives, right, or friends who are in churches, and they come to church to hear the empowering word of Jesus Christ. And Jesus Christ is, not was, a transformation person. Jesus Christ is a change agent. So as his mouthpieces, as the church is out front, we begin to be the earthly change agents 2,000 years after he's come and gone, because we're doing exactly what he asked us to do. Go out and make disciples, feed the hungry, clothe the naked. Okay. We have responsibility one for the other.
And one thing I would like to add to that is that the mayor has always, with the Church Outreach Committee, thought about it being a mission. See, each church in the city has their own mission statement, right, and what they want to do. But if we come collectively together and have one mission, one goal, not saying to stop your mission, right, but us come together with one mission to save our city and to take our city back. That is what she wanted to do with the Church Outreach Committee. It was like an adopt a block scenario, take a block back at a time, and we're doing that. And because of the Safe Team Suites and because of the churches taking the lead and finding out what it is really the citizens want, we're able to accomplish that, and we're able to make some headway on that. So that was her goal with starting this outreach committee, as us coming together with one major mission,
Right.
and that is to save our city and take it back.
Right. And now, how do your parishioners get involved in this? Do you have meetings? Are there meetings that citizens can come to, or do they just go to their pastor at their church if there's something that they're concerned about? How do the citizens actually get involved with you, and then you all as a committee take those
Right.
things?
Well, kind of twofold there. Specifically, any citizen that's interested, I heard Lanette allude to that earlier, any citizen that's interested in the condition or betterment of the city, they have an open door policy
Right.
to go out and speak to the mayor. As it pertains to the church outreach committee, it's comprised of many ministers, about 20, 25 ministers from across the city, from various denominations. And what we do specifically as ministers, we make our constituents in our congregations aware of what's going on in the city. So we are constant channel of information flow to them, so they are empowered with the information. The committee is not a committee where the community come and be a part of formally to work out the strategies, but we share whatever it is that we're dealing with so that they will be informed and empowered to have complete access to the mayor's office vis-a-vis whether it's Sister Evelyn Horn or Sister Lanette Frazier, whomever the mayor designates. Therefore, everybody's on the same playing field, and it's very transparent.
Right. Okay.
And even from us having the meetings and us going out into the communities, it has been a great response from the citizens, and because of them seeing us visibly in the city, they have started to come to us and let them know, look, this is what we want to do to help. We want to help knock down some houses. We want to help paint up some houses from the graffiti, the gang of graffiti and stuff. So the citizens are stepping up because of seeing us come out into the community. We so much always want them to come to us, but we have to go to them sometimes.
Right, right. Now, this is going to take us into, it's passed by so fast, it's time for us to go to break, but one of your fellow members of the Church Outreach Committee is going to come and talk about Project Hope.
Right.
Project Hope.
Pastor Alvin Smith, the pastor of St. John here in Pine Bluff, the visionary for Project Hope, which is a fundraising entity to address the disaster relief of both Oklahoma and Arkansas.
Okay.
And it's going to be great.
Okay, all right. You heard him. It's going to be great. So stay right there. We'll be right back on UAPB Currents.
Body language can tell you all sorts of things. Like someone is having a stroke. Know the sudden signs. Learn fast. Face drooping, arm weakness, speech difficulty. Time to call 911 and get them to a hospital immediately. Learn the body language and spot a stroke fast.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Welcome back to UAPB Currents, and now we're again joined by Ms. Lanette Frazier, who is the Special Projects Coordinator with the City of Pine Bluff. And now we have joining us Reverend Alvin L. Smith, who is the pastor of St. John African Methodist Episcopal Church here in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and who is the chair of Project Hope, which and also a member of the mayor's church committee. here in Pine Bluff. Welcome to UAPB Currents.
Thank you.
Smith. Now, go ahead and jump in and just start telling us about Project Hope, what it is.
Well, Project Hope came about with our bishop, Bishop Samuel L. Green, and his vision was when the tornado hit Oklahoma, that we have about 200 churches, and we immediately started trying to raise funds and items for the relief effort. Reverend Harris and myself and Lanette, many of us started talking, and we said we want to do something on a broader scale. And that's how Project Hope came about. Of course, we realized that our governor also shared that we had some damages with floods. And so we thought about coming together with Project Hope to minister, to assist those families in Oklahoma, as well as flood victims here in Arkansas. With a school buyback, where we would have some of our organizations within our churches have back to school packages and so forth, supplies to assist our children in our community. And to also work with Reverend Harris and the mayor's office, who is a joint partner with us, where we would be able to also sort of reduce the crime with our visibility. When you think about the Black church, the civil rights movement would have never have been successful if the churches had not stepped up in leadership. Dr. King would have never emerged to be the leader that he was if it hadn't been for that platform of the Black churches. So we decided we would rather do something than to sit back and do nothing.
Right.
And that's how it really started.
Okay. Now, you mentioned the school buyback. What are some of the other things that will be taking place as a part of some of the events that will be taking place?
Well, it's a gospel concert.
Okay.
We have the Shorter College Gospel Choir that will be our featured guest. We've got renowned local artists and church choirs that will participate. Our various organizations within our churches, in terms of Missionary Society and Prayerfully Lay Organization, will also participate. But most of all, it's an opportunity for us to come together on August the 3rd, from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, where we come together and we bring hope to the city of Pine Bluff. Our mayor is very open. I heard the interview, and the wonderful thing about the mayor, she's a person of faith.
Yes.
And she very much believes in the moving of churches coming together. So under her administration, you have seen where Black churches, white churches, regardless of denominations, how we're coming together. And so with Project Hope, I believe it's just really the tip of the iceberg of all the various programs jointly with the mayor's office, with our task force, and with the AME churches, that we will be coming together and do many things here within this community.
And what I like about Project Hope is it is a free event. No one has to pay to come to the event, to have a good time, a food, fun, and fellowship.
Okay.
But what we would like to ask the citizens to do is to bring in hygienic products for the victims. Soap, deodorant, shampoo, conditioner, whatever. If you want to do financial contributions, you can make the check out to Pine Bluff Helena District, and it will go 100% to the victims. And we are so excited about the event because we know what City of Pine Bluff can do. I know what the City of Pine Bluff can do, because even at our Christmas parties, we always select an organization that we want to support, and they have the citizens have always come together and brought items to help us. So I know that this is going to be a fantastic event, and I know that the city of Pine Bluff is going to show up and show out.
Okay. All right. Now, where are we showing up to? What's the location, and where can people, if they're not going to be able to come to the event, where can they bring their monetary donations or their toiletries and all those things to?
It's going to be at Saracen Landing.
Okay.
And if they cannot make it, they can bring the donations to the mayor's office.
Okay.
Or the local AME churches.
Okay.
Or the local AME churches. We are going to have our doors open and ready to receive, but we really, really would love for everyone to come out to the event, so that we can have a good fellowship and really show people that we are trying to make a difference in the city of Pine Bluff, not just for us, but for the citizens all around Arkansas and the country.
Okay.
And when you look at what's going on in our world, when you look at what's going on in the United States of America, when you look at what's going on in our state, and when you look at what's going on in our city, one thing stands out: we need hope. Mm-hmm. And so our Presiding Elder Thomas, he's really gathered all of his churches, and what we're wanting to do is to be agents of hope. And as Reverend Harris referred, that's really what the scriptures teach. And so it's time for us to really rise up. It's time for us to really take leadership. And we're encouraging everyone, please join us on August the 3rd over at Lake Saracen from 4 to 7, where we will be working on hope. We will have food to feed our children and free of charge. And we will have supplies for them to go back to school.
Okay.
And we just want to see Pine Bluff rise and return to the prominence that she once had.
All right. We're almost out of time. Before we go, Lanette, let everybody know again how they can get in touch with you, and then through getting in touch with Lanette, then you can get in touch with Reverend Harris or Reverend Smith and contact them also at the numbers at the bottom of the screen.
Yes.
So tell them again, Lanette.
They can reach me at the City of Pine Bluff in the mayor's office. You could come on down and I will welcome you with open arms, or either you can call me at 870-730-2004 or reach me via email, Lanette Frazier, LanetteF@cityofpinebluff.com. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming, and we wish you much success with the event, Project Hope. Remember that again. That's August 3rd from 4 to 7 p.m. Food, fun,
and
fellowship,
There you go.
and hope.
And hope.
For the city of Pine Bluff. Thank you all for what you're doing for the city.
You.
And thank you for coming and sharing with us. And we look forward to having you back, Lanette, to tell us more about what is going on between the citizens and the city of Pine Bluff.
Yes, I look forward to coming back.
All right. Thank you. And we will see you next time on UAPB Currents.